Hello, you guys, and welcome to my first official podcast episode, Spill the Honey.
If you a lame nigga, you ain't making no noise. Get ready to turn up with the big boys. Live fast, die young, that's my...
So, I just want to firmly introduce myself and what I'm going to be bringing to my podcast. I feel like this is fairly new for my channel. I don't necessarily have a niche, so we're going to be kind of doing everything on this channel. But first, I want to formally introduce myself. My name is Naya. My middle name is Nicole. That's where we get Naya Nicole TV from. Basically, a little chill podcast where we talk about little and everything. If you guys have any suggestions on what topics you want to talk about, drop them below in the comments. Let's start with today. Today we're going to be talking friendships and how they affect your mental daily, I guess you could say. First, that friendship breakups hurt more than romantic ones. Let's talk about it. First and foremost, I have definitely dealt with a friendship that hit me different than any other breakup, which I most definitely agree that they are nothing to play with, especially if you've been knowing somebody for years. You just wouldn't expect them to do anything like that towards you, of course, but you know, things happen and betrayal does happen, and it does nothing but build character development within you. But it definitely hurts so bad. I had a situation where somebody I was once close with kind of did something I didn't really like. It wasn't nothing in their character that, you know, made me think they would ever do anything like that. So it was just kind of weird. It was all this big fallout, and it really hurt me for like a whole 2-3 months. Like, when I tell you that she was my only friend and I had nobody else, that was my girl. So but luckily we're on good terms again, and shout out to her. I love her so much. I'm not gonna say any name and disclose any names, but you know, things happen, and those definitely hurt worse. I mean, I feel like when it comes to a man, I feel like it's more so, shit, you move on, it's more fish in the sea. You gotta understand that we go through trials and tribulations, and men are just gonna be men. Like, seriously, like, we literally gotta learn our worth, and knowing that not every man is just for you, and there are good men out there that will do any and everything for you. So why even settle? So I feel like, yes, most definitely friendships are definitely hurt worse. Why do women secretly compete with their closest friends? That's tea for me. I don't know why women, well, some women, I'm not gonna say all women, have this deep envy or jealousy towards someone that looks just as good or even better than them whenever they're in friend groups. I feel like that deep down, that's an insecurity within themselves, and I don't know why they feel it's ever a competition. Like, I feel like that's just so weird. If anything, me personally, I'm a girl's girl. If you look good, girl, you look good. I'm gonna give you your props. I'm never gonna be one of those friends that's just like, oh, it's cute, but you could do a little bit better. I ain't never been that friend. Like, and I feel like if you guys know, you know, like, it's always that one friend that's like, has something always to say, even though you know your hair is tea, you know your outfit's tea, you done been complimented all day, and you got that one friend that just want to sit here and say something opposing on what everybody else has said.
Clock that tea.
Clock it.
Clock that tea.
Clock it.
But those most definitely are the type of friends you need to look out for, because I have been in situations where I didn't even know it was competition until afterwards when we fell out. Like, I didn't even know it was all that when I was being, you know, literally dragged about how I wore this, how I did my hair, how I did this and that. I didn't even know what it came down to it. But let me tell you something. One thing about it, a girl could never call me ugly. So as far as like the whole competition thing, I don't know what it is, especially girls that are really male driven, if you know what I'm saying. That's another topic. I despise women that sit here and do the most in front of men to get their attention and try to downgrade their friend in front of a whole bunch of guys at that. That definitely gives me insecure. It definitely gives that you cannot use your own physical and mental attributes to naturally attract a man. You have to downgrade the next woman or say some sly shit out the way in order for you to get a laugh or giggle out of a man. I just feel like that's such pick me energy, what they say, pick me. And I really dislike it. So as far as like competition, I don't know why females just have that. Like, I don't know where that drive is from. Like, I don't know if it's just because it stems from them not ever having anything in life. I don't know. Like, maybe they wasn't the prettiest duckling. As far as like competition, I never understood where that exactly stemmed from. I can't really say it's just a childhood trauma thing, because like there's a lot of more major things that stems from childhood trauma than just feeling like you're competing with somebody. Or maybe some people just never, I don't know. I can't speak on that topic because I've never been in that position where I feel like I'm competing with somebody or I have to up them. Like, I don't know if y'all ever came across that one friend when you tell them your accomplishments, they feel like the need to say, oh, well, I did that too, but I got so and so much more than you. Like, I will never understand those type of girls. Like, just let me have my moment. That's the reason why I was talking to you in the first place, girl. Like, come on now. Let's not even do that. She was my day one, but then she became a hater. I never really dealt with this situation as far as a girl being my day one. I've only had really one friend that was really my day one, and she was never a hater. Like, she was always supportive of me. Like, when it came down to it, like, it was always hyping me up. Like, whatever I wanted to do, she supported it. She always kept it 100. So as far as her being my day one, no. But as a girl being a hater, yes. Like I said, it kind of implies what I said earlier in the other topic, that you don't know how really people feel about you until you really get into it with somebody. Or if you blatantly tell them the truth about something and they take it some type of way. Because one thing about me, let me tell you something. As a friend, like, I'm a real blunt friend. I'm going to tell you when you're right. I'm going to tell you when you're wrong. And when you simply wrong, you just wrong. I'm not going to sit here and stir you into the wrong direction and telling you what you want to hear and just feeding your ego into believing that is the right thing to do. Like, seriously, I feel like we need more people in this world like that don't sit here and, you know, they don't tell their people what it is, like, and then they wind up getting themselves in situations when you could have just told them what's up instead of sparing their feelings. Like, I hate us sparing your feelings as person. Like, tell people what it is so they won't get hurt. And I feel like a lot of people have this, I don't know if it's like a generational thing, but people feel the need to, like, not tell people what it is and keep it all in and just do shit on purpose and antagonize somebody on purpose until they can finally get them to crash out and make, you know, them cut them off first because they couldn't be grown and say out their mouths how they felt about this. But, like, I get what you're saying, like, on both ends of the foot. I get where people are coming from when it comes to, like, look, I'm not finna explain to you anything. You're grown. You know what the fuck you're doing. I get that. But when it comes to somebody you actually care about, you're willing to put your pride aside and honestly take the time out and actually have a conversation with this person. And as long as you guys got that same, you know, energy going on, if that's how you say it, you guys wouldn't even take no offense to anything. You'll take it as constructive criticism from both sides, hear each other's out, and then shit will be squashed. But a lot of people don't know how to do that shit nowadays because they're not emotionally intelligent as well as knowing how to communicate. And that's what comes with a lot of friendships along with relationships. You gotta learn how to communicate. But yeah, as far as the hater thing, like, you find it really weird, especially when you start to be on your grind with certain stuff. I know, especially with social media, you be expecting your closest friends to like your stuff, comment, repost, all that stuff. And not necessarily is that how it goes. Like, I had to learn that real quick, fast, in a hurry, that a lot of people was more so just watching instead of supporting. But when it came down to me posting an accomplishment or doing something, you know, really good, that's when it all comes out and be like, oh, congratulations, I knew you can do it. Oh, that's my friend. Like, it's just weird to me. But I have definitely dealt with the weirdness. And I kind of peeped it sometime last year onto this year. My support system that I was expecting to have wasn't really my support system, but instead was just talking and about me behind my back. And there was more so not supporting, was just trying to get info and just keep up with me, knowing they don't really support me or fuck with me for real. People be haters behind closed doors, and I could never be a hater. Like, I don't care how much I dislike you. If you doing your shit, hey, kudos to you. I'm never gonna knock you for it. I'm not gonna wish nothing bad on you. Like, shit, you doing your shit, congrats to you. There's not a hating bone in my body. But I do dislike people, not necessarily hate people, but like, you know, I dislike people's character, and I gotta realize that's not my personal issue, that's just the issue within them. So why do I need to be mad about it? You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta understand, people dealing with their own demons, fighting their own battles. So what the fuck am I mad for, baby? You need to go fix yourself. You need to go fix yourself, because I'm not battling it, you are. Next topic: clothes, unpaid loans, and broken trust. When money and personal stuff ruin the friendship, messy but relatable. So as far as this goes, I have a whole bunch of clothes, so I don't mind giving it out. But as long as you get it back to me, you feel me? I feel like when it comes to somebody that's always asking every time, knowing damn well they got clothes in their damn house, bitch, it's just giving that you want to take my whole wardrobe. I mean, you my friend, but like, if I'm constantly telling you can wear this and you not giving it back, or not even offering to give it back, because you know some way, somehow I'm gonna forget, or you know you gonna forget, bitch, don't even ask. Like, I don't know. As far as money, I've always been the type of girl, like, don't even worry about type shit. But sometimes we be needing that damn change, especially with that damn economy. Like me preferably, like, I don't even tend to ask for money. And like, well, besides my mama and my daddy, goddamn it, and my brother and my family, I don't ask nobody randomly for money. Just because of these reasons. Somebody will be quick to throw it in your face. But I have paid for people's stuff. And I don't regret it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get your blessings regardless of what you do for people. And it's like, why ask for it back? But then it is noted. Like, if it keeps becoming repetitive where you feel like you can only hit me up because it's for money issues or stuff like that, then you're not necessarily my friend. I don't really respect somebody just taking. And then if it ever came down to it, when I needed something, oh, it's nowhere to be found. I don't really respect that, because like, I feel like all ends of the stick need to be reciprocated. And it's just like, you can only give so much until you don't give no more. And people take advantage of that. People take advantage of kind people, genuine people. And hey, but as far as my behalf, I have no issues of giving. I'm a real giving person. Like, when it came to strangers, like, I remember one time I was working for my job and I helped him pay his bill. Like, I didn't even know this man from a lick of paint, but it was just like something that my heart was telling me, help this man with his bill. He was already having trouble with his cards were expired and stuff like that. And I was like, man, look, this is gonna be my blessing for today, let me pay your bill. And it was a pretty pricey bill, but hey, I'm getting my blessings regardless. And that's just how I am. I'm a real big empath. I feel for other people, and I always have the tendency to help. But like, when it's not received, I kind of get disappointed when I shouldn't. It's kind of a thing where it's expected, and we should expect it, especially being a good person, as I am, even though in some cases, I have been painted as a villain or evil person because it didn't go the way people wanted to, because they didn't think they could see that side. But it's not necessarily that I'm a evil person. It's I'm a reciprocating person. So whatever you give out is what I'm gonna give back out to you. And, you know, people take it and run with it and run with their own narratives and believe I'm just this evil person because they're hearing one side of the story and never know what, you know, people never know what caused it. That can definitely break some trust within the friendship for sure. Because it's like, can I really rely on you though? Can I really rely on you to give me back everything that I have gave you? I don't care. I mean, I let people borrow, but maybe that's my problem. Maybe that's my problem. I give and never receive. And I don't expect it, you know? I really don't. It is what it is. Next topic. Am I a bad friend, or are you just not used to boundaries? Basically saying exploring when exerting your needs makes you the villain. And this is what I just clocked prior. Let me tell you something. It's not only boundaries in friendship, but all alongside with relationships. I feel like this is where communicating becomes into the picture. If you're not grown enough to express to somebody how you feel about this and that, you can't expect somebody to automatically assume that that's what's wrong. You feel me? A lot of people go go cold or go shy off because they deal with a lot of things. And you know, you disappear, you ghost, and you do certain shit, and then you want to pop back up in people's lives and act like nothing ever happened, like you just didn't ghost, but that was your fault. And then now you want to get mad because nobody respects you anymore because you didn't have that emotional intelligence to come communicate to me that, oh, this and this and that was going on, and this is the reason why I wasn't talking. But I feel as far as boundaries, there are definitely boundaries that you shouldn't cross with people. People are really to the point where they're fed up. Like, you can constantly push somebody to a point where you make them crash out. And I don't think a lot of people understand that. And that's where it comes to the point where they try to label you as a villain as far as how you reacted to what they did to you. You feel me? Are just really manipulative, narcissistic, fucking weird human beings. I wouldn't even say they're human beings, they're fucking aliens. Just some things are just simply out of line, and I feel like some things just don't need to be discussed. Like I said, I get from both ends points, but like some things just don't need to be said. You know things are wrong, and if you constantly do things on purpose, somebody's gonna spaz out. So it's like, I'm just more so to speak out about how I feel about something instead of going quiet. You feel me? Like, as far as my friends, like, I'm gonna tell you, I don't feel comfortable with you hanging with so and so because of this will happen. And then, you know, if they don't respect it, I mean, shit, they was never your friend to begin with. Especially if I was there for you before they was. I feel like personally that is definitely a boundary. Like, if you know this and I tell you and voice to you that I don't even fuck with that, and you know that, definitely you crossing the line of boundary and you gotta get cut off. Cause you know, if it was on the other side of the leg, you won't want me doing that as well. Spill the honey. But people be weird like that. They don't know how things feel until it's done with them. So of course they're gonna run and go tell everybody that you're the villain, and I don't care. Honestly, you can make me the villain in the story. I'll be that goddamn. I'll be the Joker in this motherfucker. I don't gotta prove shit to nobody. Me personally, I used to be the type of person that always wanted to, I gotta let everybody know, like, you know, this is what happened and that's what happened. But I'm done doing that shit. Motherfuckers gonna run the same narrative they've been running with you before even all the shit had even crumbled down. Like, people are gonna feel the way they feel about you anyway. So what's the point of you even fucking explaining yourself? It's not gonna make anybody believe you. They're gonna believe people because that's simply, they're already against you. So of course they're gonna do what they do. I mean, duh. People suck. Not all people though. I feel like I'm a very enjoyable person. I feel like I'm real authentic, and some people may think differently. And I honestly move life with a grain of salt. I move on. I let things be. It is what it is. I don't dwell on shit. I don't give a fuck about shit. Like, I honestly am in my era of life where things that don't put money in my pockets and don't fulfill me in ways that positively impact my life, I can give two dams, two fucks, two reds, two blues, two goddamn cheeseburgers to be worried about what the hell is going on besides anything that's not fulfilling my life in a positive aspect. I feel like everybody should be in that motive, as especially in your 20s, you got to take things as like, yeah, you're going to go through obstacles, but you got to just get over it. Like, things happen. You can't just be sitting here dwelling on the same things over and over, still ranting about how so-and-so did you or how this bitch tried you and this and that. Like, motherfuckers gonna be motherfuckers, and you just gotta let motherfuckers be motherfuckers. I mean, shit, that's how I feel about it. It's not your issue, it's their character issue, and obviously they have some demons that's within them that you just cannot resolve, besides the good Lord themselves that can resolve it with them. People fight their own battles, and you just gotta let them fight them by yourself, because I would be damn if I fight somebody else's battles again. Well, you can sit here and overdo yourself with people, honestly. You can't change nobody. If it's a couple loose screws, they gotta go find them screws themselves. You feel me? Not saying I'm a perfect person. I still have my own flaws, but I know what's what's right was right and what's wrong was wrong, and I always evaluate my actions. And shit, I gotta understand silence is the key to everything. And yeah, I mean, you crashing out just makes you look like a dummy, and it makes you look psychotic. It really makes you look psychotic, and it makes you look stupid, especially if you keep dragging it and dragging it and dragging it, subliminal this and subliminal that, and you just look stupid because you really look like you're talking to yourself. And it's honestly very embarrassing. Like, if I go back and evaluate all the crash out moments I've had, enter videos here. No, I'm playing. All the crash out moments that I've had, I really am embarrassed. That I even stoop down to that level to even, for somebody or people like that. You feel me? Like, that shit was really embarrassing. And I wouldn't say I regret it because, like, some shit had to be said. Crash out behavior is not tolerated, guys. You guys have to calm down. But there is reasonable crashing out when it comes to family and when it comes to certain people you really, really care about. But as far as people that don't really matter, yeah, don't even care. But on the friendship aspect, especially girls that be in competition or be haters, stuff like that, girl, when you're that girl, you're gonna deal with stuff like that. That's what comes with it. So you gotta look at it more in an optimistic viewpoint. You can't think of it more so of like a negative. You feel me? Like, of course, it's like a negative connotation as like hater and jealousy and shit, like, but you gotta think like, I must be that girl. Like, I must be that girl that you felt like you wanted to call me friend, but you have these deep down envy within yourself that you feel like you don't want to fuck with me. So I must be that girl. You just gotta think of it in on that viewpoint. But I think that's all for today. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. This was pretty fun today. I honestly like talking to you guys. I like just venting. I feel like a lot of stuff be on my mind every day about certain topics like this, controversial topics, why people act the way they act, relationship advice, friendship advice, life advice, content advice. I feel like stuff like this run through my mind every day, so why not make content for it? Maybe it can blow up. But this is the end of the podcast, and thank you for tuning in to Spill the Honey. Bye!
If you a lame nigga, you ain't making no noise. Get ready to turn up with the big boys. Live fast, die young, that's my